So hello friends and welcome back. So in this video we are going to see problem D. Uh, First of all I want to say it is very late at night and I'm feeling a bit sleepy, so it might happen that I speak slow. So it's better if you watch this video in 1.5 or 1 point faster than the speed actually. So yeah, let's very quickly move to the solution question and then the approach. So problem is problem D of round 640. So in this problem what it says is that we have players Alice and Bob, and suppose we have elements. Okay, Alice will first of all Alice will opt for some element, then the Bob will opt for the elements, mark my words, elements, so that its sum is higher than the element which was opted by the Bob Alice. And the same goes for Alice. If suppose uh, Bob opted for some elements, so Alice will opt for some elements which are which has sum bigger than the sum of Bob last previous chosen elements basically. So in total, and we have to run our loop until we are fully exhausted. We have fully exhausted our array. So let's very quickly move to the uh, you know the approach. So what I basically wanted is that first I will let's have an example basically 1 4 1 5 9 2 6 5 3 and 5, this and this. So first of all Alice will opt for this. Okay, then Bob need to opt something which is higher than 1, so it will opt for 5. Okay, then Alice will need to opt for something which is higher than 5, so it will opt for 4 plus 1 plus okay wait a minute, 6, yeah, 3 plus 5, so it will opt for something, then so the final size will be, so if the array is 3 and the sequence of candies becomes this, move to Alice. Okay. But I'm thinking what I missed it. Here the element was 3 first. Okay. So first element was 3, so it opted for 3, so it need to opt for something which was higher than 3, so it opted for 5. Then it opted for something which was higher than 5, so it opted for 1 4 and 1, which in total sum up to 6, so it opted for this 6. Now it needs to opt for something which is higher than 6, so it opted for 5 and 3. Now it opted for something which is higher than 8, so it opted for 5 and 9. Now the remaining it opted for this. So what I need to finally print is that I finally need to print the number of rounds, which are 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and I also need to print the sum of Alice and the sum of Bob. Okay, so what I will do here, I will use a data structure called DEQ. Okay, so what I will use here is a DQ. The spelling might be wrong, it may be DEQUE. Okay, so what it stated is that it is a doubly ended queue. So what I will do is that I will check for the element and I will iterate it until I have my sum which is greater than the sum of the opposition party. Suppose for Alice it will be Bob's last sum, and for Bob it will be Alice's last sum. And also after every iteration I will also have my whole sum addition. I will add my whole sum one after the another in both Alice and in both Bob. And number of moves will be it will be increasing always. So, and after every element which I have in my answer, I will remove the particular element. Okay, so if I have the particular element this in my answer, then I will remove it. If I have these elements, then I will remove it in my from my DQ, and same for this. So now how I remove it, suppose I want to push an element, so I will use the thing called pushback in DQ. And if I want to check the element at some particular index, which I basically wanted for Alice, I wanted to check at starting position only, and for Bob I want to check at last position only. So for DQ I will check by the method called DQ. Suppose the name of the DQ is Q, so Q dot at suppose location index is 0, and here the location will be the Q dot size -1, Q dot at. So for Alice I will choose this, and for Bob I will choose this every time. And for after every if I choose the element, after every choosing of element, I will what I will do, I will pop back and pop front for Alice and for Bob. So it was basically like implementation based. So I guess that you guys got the intuition behind it. So let's very quickly move to the code. It's a bit easy after you know the approach. So let's have t, number of cases, then I have my n, then I will initialize my array. Okay, so as to have the elements, and I will also initialize my DQ, which is ARR although the name is like an array, but actually it is a DEQ. So I will push back my elements in my DEQ. Number of moves are initially 1, as I already opted first element for my Alice. I choose first element for my Alice, so I had my first element for Alice basically. So now I will, until the whole DEQ is exhausted, I will run my while loop. If last is 0, which means that the player was B. Sorry, the player was A. If last is 0, then my player was A, and if the last is 1, then my player was B. Although you can use XOR here, but I used here like this, last. So after every last, I will replace my last with the opposite, which means 1, and for 1 I will replace it with 0 here. And after every I will also do my current of the particular number to 0, because I need to have a fresh start for the next one, and number of moves will always be increasing. Now what I actually wanted to do is that until my array size is bigger than 0, basically, because you can't exhaust more than anything you need. So, and the next condition is that my B sum should be less than equal to A sum, and when it becomes bigger than, then I've got my answer basically. So yeah, I will do the same thing for my another loop also, as you can see here. For Bob I will pop from back, and for Alice I will pop from front, and at last I will print my number of moves, the total of A and the total of B, and here it is. So I guess that you guys understood the solution. So it was very intuitive, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's